Friday, meteorologist Landon Hampton with you early this morning to bring you the Weather or Not Bowling Green video update. The good news is we're going to be drier today than what we were yesterday. We're going to be fighting that thickening cloud cover, however. It's going to be very warm with very strong winds howling in here out of the south. That is going to set the stage for widespread rain showers taking over as we get into this upcoming weekend. Looking at current temperatures out there very early this morning, it is a warm start for us to say the least. We are sitting in the upper 50s across the entirety of south central Kentucky, and you can only expect those temperatures to rise as we progress throughout the day. Now check out the winds already gusting out of the south between 15 to 20 plus miles an hour. We've had wind gusts down here in Simpson County already exceeding 25 miles an hour, so please take note of that. If you're going to have to combat anything today outside of those warm temperatures, it'll be those very stout winds howling in here out of the south. Taking a look over the White Squirrel weather cam over the beautiful campus of Western Kentucky University. The city lights are reflecting off of the low cloud cover out there. We've already got the cloud cover increasing, maybe a few breaks of sunshine, but we're going to continue to look at those clouds being more abundant as we get into this afternoon and into this evening, and that's going to be ahead of our weather maker that'll be moving in here. Speaking of our weather maker, it's getting its act together here on the plains. You can see this complex area of low pressure working north and east across the Great Plains. That's going to take us slowly but surely cutting a path east-northeast through the Ohio Valley, and that is going to be bringing those widespread rain showers for us here across the lower Ohio Valley. So we can look at the surface setup and see how things are going to unfold. You can see that area of low pressure continuing to churn and get its act together here on the Great Plains. We're going to have this area of high pressure lodged off the southeast coast, and this ridge is kind of going to cut a pathway for this area of low pressure to travel along, and as it does so, again, moisture will be streaming in here out of the Gulf of Mexico. Looking at scattered rain showers early throughout our Saturday, becoming widespread as we get into Saturday afternoon and then into our Saturday evening. But then we look to catch a lull as we get into Sunday afternoon, but then as we get into Monday and next week, another area of low pressure is going to swing right north and east close to our vicinity, and we still have this ridge parked right here off of the southeast coast that's going to continue to provide that pathway of these low pressure systems to track north and east over the region. So as we get into next Wednesday and Thursday, another low pressure system looks to set its sights right here on us. Long story short, friends, we're going to be looking at a very active pattern throughout this weekend and throughout much of next week as well. Here's a look at the 500 millibar level. You can see the upper level low, cold core low, very well defined across the Great Plains, tracking to the east-northeast throughout the entire day on Saturday, and with that clipping by just to our north and west, we're going to be experiencing those southerly winds. Going to keep conditions very warm, but do not be deceived. We will be dealing with those rain chances, maybe a few strong storm chances as well. Then as we get into our Monday, you can see we have this other little trough that rolls through here, bringing rain chances back again, and yet another cutoff upper level low gets going by the latter part of next week, and that looks to move right north and east through our vicinity as well. And then late in the model runs, we're kind of getting into voodoo country here, but another upper level low gets cut off, and this is looking at April 2nd. So again, just a testament I wanted to show you all. We are going to be dealing with rounds of showers and storms for at least the next week and a half, maybe even more. Now talking about the setup for tomorrow. Okay, so here's a look at that HRRR model. Really not much going to be going on today. Maybe some light sprinkles like we saw yesterday. More shower activity across far eastern Kentucky. And then you can see the moisture increasing here from our west as we get into the evening hours of today. So you can see the moisture really trying to get its act together across the Show Me State, also known as Missouri, down through the Ozarks and Arkansas, and that is going to continue to be pushing our way. But again, the HRRR keeps us dry throughout today. The main focus will be on tomorrow. So now we're going to look at the NAM 3 kilometer. You can see this goes a little bit more in advance right there this evening around 7 p.m. Very similar look to what the HRRR had. Then we're going to see this light activity moving in here as we get into the early part of our Saturday. This is Saturday at 7 a.m. So scattered light rain showers. Not too much to worry about there, but look off to our west. We're expecting a second round to get going as we get into our Saturday afternoon and evening, blowing up across western Kentucky and pushing north and east over the region. That could be bringing some stronger storms along with it later Saturday afternoon into our Saturday night. You can see there that final round really blowing up there as we get into around 3 a.m., 4 a.m. early Sunday morning before we finally dry out by the time we get into our Sunday afternoon. So looking at the Storm Prediction Center severe weather outlook, still including the southwestern tier of our immediate viewing area, including Warren, Butler, Logan, Simpson, and far southwest Allen County, in a marginal risk for severe weather. We're not expecting any widespread severe weather out of this. However, we could see some strong wind gusts, maybe even some small hail, as is a common characteristic with these very pesky upper level low systems. But with a continually active pattern in store, here's a look at rainfall valid from today all the way through 7 a.m. next Friday. You can see anywhere from 1.5 inches all the way up to 3 inches of the wet stuff possible for us. But those parading upper level lows look to really dump the rain off to our south and west across Dixie Alley. Over 5 inches anticipated for far northwest Arkansas. Here's a look at the next 5 days, courtesy of Cheetah Clean Auto Wash. For today, will be partly to mostly cloudy. Highs are expected to hit the low 70s, though, thanks to those stout southerly winds. Going to be very mild tonight with lows only hitting near 60. Then scattered showers likely throughout the early part of our Saturday. Then widespread showers and storms arrive Saturday night through the early part of our Sunday. As you can tell here, folks, really not going to be seeing much change in those temperatures. Going to remain unseasonably warm with temperatures in the 70s both Saturday and Sunday. Going to catapult to the upper 70s on Monday with another round of scattered strong storms possible. Then we'll cool down a bit down to the upper 60s on Tuesday with isolated storms remaining in the forecast. That's going to wrap up this Friday morning edition of the Whether or Not Bowling Green video update. Any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. I promise you I'll get to them as soon as possible. Outside of that, trying to get out there and enjoy the outdoors today before those rain chances plague that upcoming weekend. You all enjoy the final day of the work week. Stay safe.